The Godfather Part II is the sequel that did the impossible. It took a perfect movie and somehow made it even better. This is the film that every sequel wishes it could be, but never quite pulls off. Sure, Empire Strikes Back was fantastic. The Dark Knight? Phenomenal. But The Godfather Part II? This movie didn't just raise the bar, it buried it so deep that no one's ever topped it. So, grab your finest glass of wine, put on your best brooding Michael Corleone face, and let's dive into one of the most legendary films ever made. After proving himself with The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola could have played it safe. But nope, he decided to go bigger, bolder, and more ambitious than ever. This time, Coppola didn't just give us the story, he gave us two timelines running side by side, showing both the rise of Vito Corleone and the fall of Michael Corleone. It's like Shakespeare, but with more gunfire, betrayal, and people getting whacked for looking at someone the wrong way. And the best part, this wasn't even supposed to happen. The studio originally wanted a straightforward sequel, but Coppola, being the cinematic madman that he is, he turned it into a Shakespearean epic of power, corruption, and really bad family reunions. The movie starts with a flashback to 1901 Sicily, where young Vito Andolini witnesses his family murdered by local mafia boss Don Ciccio. As you might expect, this does not lead to a happy childhood. Vito escapes to America, where he takes on the name Victor Corleone, and he eventually builds a criminal empire. He takes out the local crime boss Don Fanucci, and that is possibly the quietest assassination ever filmed. Seriously, the entire scene is pure tension. He then becomes a respected and feared Don, proving that he can do business with a mix of charm, ruthlessness, and knowing when to leave the gun but take the cannoli. He gets revenge on Don Ciccio by slicing him up in broad daylight, because if you're gonna do revenge, you might as well make it cinematic. Cut to the 1950s, where Michael Corleone is at the peak of his power, but losing everything that actually matters. Someone tries to assassinate him at his own home. His own home! That's never a good sign. He spends the whole movie trying to figure out who betrayed him, because trust with the mafia is about as solid as a Fredo business decision. He destroys his relationship with his wife, Kay, played by Diane Keaton, and she tells him she had an abortion to stop their family legacy of crime, giving us one of the most gruesome slaps in movie history. Ouch. He blacklists his brother Fredo, played by John Cazale, for conspiring against him, leading to one of the most gut-wrenching moments in movie history. You're nothing to me now, Fredo. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. He has Fredo executed on a fishing trip, because nothing says family love like having your own brother shot while he's praying. And just when you think Michael's reign is secure, the final scene hits. Michael sits alone, staring into the abyss, completely isolated. The once bright-eyed war hero has become a monster. And the saddest part, he did it all to protect Familia. Al Pacino stars as Michael Corleone, and if you thought he was cold in The Godfather, ooh boy, he's ice cold here. Pacino himself was robbed for an Oscar for this role, if you ask me. Robert De Niro plays young Vito Corleone, who on the other hand won an Oscar for speaking almost entirely in Italian. That's how good he was. John Cazale returns as Fredo Corleone, the MVP of tragic doomed characters. I can handle things. I'm smart. Oh, Fredo, no, you're not. Diane Keaton is Kay Corleone, the only one in the Corleone family with a moral compass, but let's be real, she never stood a chance. Robert Duvall stars as Tom Hagen, understated, brilliant, and the only guy who could actually hold this family together if they just listened to him. Al Pacino actually almost walked away from this movie. He hated the original script for the movie and was about to quit until Coppola rewrote it into the cinematic masterpiece that we got. De Niro studied Sicilian dialects intensely just to nail Vito's accent. He also lived in Sicily for 3 months before filming. That's method acting at another level. The Fredo betrayal in the movie was actually based on real mafia history. Real-life mob boss Lucky Luciano once exiled a disloyal underboss to South America, mirroring Fredo's fate. The film had one of the most chaotic shoots ever. Coppola had to fight constant interference from the studio, weather issues, and budget constraints. But somehow, he pulled off the impossible sequel. And we are grateful for it. On a budget of $13 million, The Godfather Part II grossed $93 million. Not bad for the 70s, but The Godfather Part I still made more. On the awards front, the film won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, becoming the first sequel in history to win Best Picture. The Godfather 2 is a sequel that's actually worthy. Name one other sequel that expands on the original this well. I'll wait. The parallel storytelling was also great to see. Watching young Vito rise while Michael falls is storytelling at its finest. The sequel is darker, colder, and more brutal. If The Godfather was about family loyalty, Part 2 is all about family betrayal. Fredo's death still hurts. No matter how many times you watch it, that fishing trip scene is never gonna get easier. Trust me. Pacino and De Niro were together in this movie. Kinda. They never share a scene in the movie, but watching them both carry their separate timelines flawlessly is pure cinematic magic. In my opinion, The Godfather 2 still holds up 100% well. Even 1000% if that's possible. It's a masterpiece, it's a tragedy, it's a film that makes other sequels look like a cash grab. It's not just The Godfather Part 2, it's The Godfather Part 2. And if you haven't watched it yet, well, what are you waiting for? Go get it. Till next time, you take good care of yourself and you stay safe.